Is it true that only dead people are free from stress? Or is it a myth, or is it a half-truth? How does a spiritually awakened person deal with life or handle life differently from others? What is stress from a spiritual perspective? So if you're interested with this topic, stay tuned till the end of the video. Hi, I am Radhika Lakshmanan. I'm a karma transformational guide, and I help people to break their negative karmic patterns and heal their emotional wounds using a unique hypnosis method, and I teach advanced meditation as well. Now let's start. So is it true that only dead people are free from stress? No, that's not true. Okay, that's not true. Throughout the history, many spiritually awakened people and enlightened masters were free of stress. They were free of stress. Okay, so it's not just dead people. So we will see the reasons for their stress-free life shortly. Many mental health experts only look at this issue from their limited human mind's perspective, from their limited ego's perspective. They are not looking at this issue from their higher self, from an expanded consciousness. You cannot observe the mind from the level of mind. You can only observe and witness the mind and the mind's pattern from your higher self, from the spirit. When I say spirit, it's not about ghost. It's about the supreme consciousness. It's about the true self. Only when you're aligned with your true self, you will be able to see the mind's pattern very clearly from a higher perspective. Okay? So, many failed to look at this issue, this stress, because they were looking at it from a lower level of consciousness. What is the reason for stress? The usual reason for stress, especially from a spiritual perspective, is number one. Okay, there are two reasons. The first reason is because when one is resistant to what is, and when they are not aligned with their higher self. When one is not aligned with their higher self or their true self, they will be naturally resistant to what is. Resistant to what is simply means that resistant to whatever is happening in their life, or resistant to whatever thoughts or stories that's going on within their mind about their life. It could be something that's happening in the present moment, or it could be something that happened in the past, or it could be something that they're worried that might happen in the future. And the second reason is due to dysregulated nervous system. We will look into it shortly. Most people are attached to their thoughts. They think they are their thoughts. That's not true. We are not our thoughts. We are the witness behind our thoughts. I've explained this clearly in one of my previous videos. The title of that video is why many spiritual masters say that we are not our thoughts, but we are the witness behind our thoughts. Something along the lines. So you can check out that video. Okay? So, most of us, we are attached to our thoughts. We think that we are only our thoughts, body and mind. And we call that as ego. This ego is the false identity. When we think that we are only our thoughts, we form a false identity. That's an ego. To satisfy this ego, we constantly accumulate material stuffs, relationship or anything, or chase one goal after another constantly to boost this ego. We are in constant survival mode. So when we think that we are only these thoughts, we naturally will react to life compulsively all the time. Actually, in reality, we are not reacting to life circumstances. We are reacting to the thoughts and stories that we form in our mind about those life circumstances. So when a thought just pop up in our mind related to an issue, related to a person, we immediately react because we think those thoughts are true. Thoughts are not necessarily true. Okay, so we immediately react to it because we think we don't have control of our thoughts. So we react to those life circumstances from this program. That's a program. We are programmed. Our likes, our dislikes, our subconscious beliefs, unhealed emotional wounds are our programs. So we are looking at life through this false identity. So when we are reacting to life from our ego, we usually don't look at life for what it is. The problem, okay, whatever problem that we are facing, it might not be as worse as we assume, but our ego will exaggerate that problem and make it look like 100 times worse than what it truly is. Okay, because we are looking at life, our ego looks at life through the lens of our limited beliefs, biases, prejudices, unhealed emotional wounds. So we don't look at life for what it is. We are looking at life through this false identity. So we are constantly reacting to life rather than responding from our true self. And that's the problem. When we are constantly reacting to the thoughts, to the stories that's forming within our mind related to our life, we will be in constant stress. We will be in this survival mode all the time. To satisfy this false ego, we will constantly chase one goal after another forever. We go out of our true nature and chase after things, relationship, people, to just boost our ego. And we constantly compare ourselves with others. Obviously, you're going to be stressful. Now, the next reason, the next cause of stress is due to dysregulated of nervous system. Dysregulation of nervous system can happen due to various reasons, such as poor lifestyle, unhealed emotional wounds, unhealed past trauma, unhealed emotional wounds, unhealed childhood emotional wounds, limited beliefs, and overstimulation of nervous system. See, when one was constantly neglected, whether physically or emotionally in their childhood, or if they have gone through some sort of abuse, it's not necessarily only physical abuse, but also emotional abuse, verbal abuse, or if they have witnessed a traumatic incident of violence for a very long time, that can have a lasting effect on our nervous system. You might have gone through this in your childhood, you might have gone through it in your teen or early adulthood. It will have a lasting effect on our nervous system, and we have to heal those emotional wounds. Okay, the next is poor lifestyle. Poor lifestyle such as lack of sleep, sleeping late, lack of exercise, poor diet, too much of sugar intake, eating too much of junk food, and lots of toxins in the gut. See, your gut is connected with your mind. If there's a toxin in your gut, it will affect your mind, and that's the reason many Eastern medicines will encourage detoxification of gut before they treat an illness. So yes, poor lifestyle, lack of sleep, sleeping late, poor diet, eating junk food, and toxins in the gut can exacerbate the nervous system imbalance. Next is overstimulation. Overstimulation of nervous system can happen when we are constantly exposed to the phone screen, many digital devices, constant scrolling, exposed to too much of social media drama, social media agendas, negative news. Chaotic environment, being in a chaotic environment, crowded places, loud noises, excessive caffeine intake, any types of addictions, drug addictions, alcohol addictions, can overstimulate our nervous system. Some people might have underlying medical illness as well. That's the reason we encourage spiritual seekers to lead a satvik lifestyle. Satvik lifestyle means a pure, virtuous, healthy, harmonious lifestyle. We encourage spiritual seekers to sleep early and wake up before sunrise, because your sleep is extremely important for your nervous system. Lack of sleep or sleeping late or waking up late can really affect your bacteria in the gut, and eventually it affect your whole mind and nervous system. Okay, we encourage spiritual seekers to eat healthy organic food and get rid of junk food and reduce sugar. We also recommend different types of food for different type of body, especially in Ayurveda. Okay, Ayurveda or Siddha medicine, which is like an Indian traditional medicine. Okay, we recommend different type of food and different types of lifestyle for people with different types of body. And then we encourage them to detoxify their gut, clean their gut as well. We also encourage spiritual seekers to do sattvic activities to balance their nervous system, such as doing hatha yoga, kundalini yoga, deep breathing exercises, qigong, tai chi, walking in the nature, jogging in the nature, dance, and many different types of exercise. Okay, we also encourage spiritual seekers to take rest and spend time with nature as much as they can, because nature can reset your system, because overworking and overthinking will stimulate your nervous system. So rest is extremely important, and spending time with nature is crucial as well. Many yogis and enlightened masters took care of their body, mind and spirit through sattvic lifestyle, sattvic activities with powerful herbs to balance their body, mind and spirit. Okay, additionally, they were not attached to their thoughts. They were not attached to the stories that go on within their mind. They know who they are. They know that they are the witness, the powerful witness behind their thoughts. They are able to witness their mind and ego from far, from a distance. They are not attached to their ego. They are not attached to their thoughts. Whenever a thought arises, they allow the thoughts to pass without reacting to it, without judging it. They were extremely meditative. Meanwhile, many other powerful awakened spiritual seekers have done their thorough inner work. They have healed their emotional wounds, their childhood traumas. They have done their shadow work, and they have broken their negative karmic patterns as well. They are immersed in the present moment. They do not try to fit in with the societal norms and beliefs. They don't have the need to go after the society's approval and validation. They don't have the need to impress others, to feel better about themselves. They don't have the need to please others all the time just to be accepted. Just to be accepted by them. They know who they are. They know what they want. They know that they are the powerful divine spark. They are not interested to constantly chase after these material pleasures all the time. Constant rush, okay? They are not in the constant rush and constant chase anymore. If they need anything, they will be able to manifest it just like that. Why? Because they have mastered their mind, they have mastered their reality, and they have mastered the law of universe. So if they want to manifest something, they don't manifest it just to boost their ego, just to show off to others, just to be respected by the society or to be approved by the society. No. They do it because it's part of their higher calling. They will still go after their higher calling. They will take inspired action rather than taking actions from the ego, or rather than taking actions from the place of fear. They are not in the survival mode anymore. When you are in a survival mode, you will be naturally stressful. So these spiritually awakened people, spiritual seekers, many spiritual seekers are not in the survival mode anymore. They are not at the mercy of their fate or destiny. They are not at the mercy of their life circumstances. They are the master of their reality. They are the master of their mind. Their thoughts are just a tool. Their mind is their tool, not their master. They are very much aligned with their true self and higher self, and they are very much aligned with the nature and the divine intelligence. They become the vessel of divine intelligence. Their intention is one with the intention of divine intelligence. They don't constantly accumulate things or people just to boost their ego. When you are in a constant survival mode, constantly accumulating things, constantly rushing, or constantly chasing after something, what's next? What's next goal? What's next goal? You naturally will be stressful. And when you are not following your higher calling, okay, when you're not following your higher calling, you will be depressed, you will be anxious. When you don't attend your higher calling, you will feel anxious. It will make you feel restless and stressful. Many of us are just going after activities, professions that boost our ego rather than following our higher calling. Because we want the society to accept us, we need their validation. So obviously you will be stressful all the time. So enlightened masters, awakened people, many spiritual seekers have escaped the matrix. They have mastered the law of universe. They are immersed in their present moment. They are not attached to the thoughts. When you are not attached to your thoughts, you are not going to delve in your past about something that happened in your past, and you're not going to be worried about something that you imagine could happen in the future. That's an illusion. That's not even true. That's your belief system. That's your program. Awakened masters change their programs. They know that they are not their mind's programs. They fine-tune their mind's programs. They are not at the mercy of their mind's programs. When one truly realizes that he is not his thoughts, he naturally will trust and surrender to the supreme consciousness, to the divine intelligence. He will not be resistant to life or life circumstances all the time. He knows and trusts that everything will work out for him, even if it is not the way he wants it to be. He allows himself to have an open mind, to have an open, flexible mind, and be curious about life rather than trying to control life all the time. He let go of the need to constantly control life or life's outcome all the time. Those who constantly want to control life or control life's outcome are those who often lack trust. They do not trust the higher power. They do not trust themselves, and they do not trust the supreme consciousness, the divine intelligence. They constantly want to control their life, control the people, control the life circumstances. And that's the reason they're constantly anxious, worried, sad, disappointed, depressed most of the time. Because they do not trust. Because they assume that they are their thoughts. They believe that their thoughts and the stories that they form in their mind is 100% true. They think that they are thoughts. When one thinks that he is his thoughts and his false identity, the ego, he will always be at the mercy of his thoughts and will constantly react to his thoughts related to his life circumstances. He will be at the mercy of his mind's programs. It's our ego and thoughts that want to control everything, that feels threatened by everything, that lives in fear all the time, that lives in constant survival mode all the time. Yes, we can live a life free of stress, and I've seen other people doing it as well. Those people are not attached to their thoughts. They know they are the powerful witness behind their thoughts. They observe their thoughts without judgment, without reacting to it. They do not react to life. Instead, they respond to life from a higher consciousness. They know who they are. They know what they want. They are immersed in the present moment. They are not attached to their false identity. They might have identities such as beliefs, ideologies, race, religion, name, whatever. Okay, they might have identity for practical purposes, but they are not attached to it. They might be involved in their relationships, but they are not attached to it, which means however the other person treat them doesn't determine their worth, and they'll be able to overcome any challenges just like that. They have mastered their mind and they have mastered their reality. They know the law of universe very well, and they are able to live harmoniously with the law of universe. People who are attached to their thoughts, usually their personal agenda or intentions is not aligned with the law of universe, and many times is not aligned with their higher self, with their higher calling. They might have an intention, and that intention just to boost their ego, but it's not aligned with their higher calling. It's not aligned with their true self. It's not aligned with the law of universe. Hence, they suffer. They will always constantly resist life, will live in resistant mode. They'll be constantly reacting to life's circumstances because they are constantly in resistant mode. You can do it as well, as long as you're willing to walk the path of truth. do your inner work and sincerely want to know who you are beyond your body, mind, and thoughts. It requires lots of patience, trust, surrender, and an open, flexible mind, and genuine intention. Never underestimate the power of total trust and surrender, because it can create miraculous transformation. Total trust and surrender can help you to come out from your fear and survival mode. Just like that. So if you like this video, please don't forget to give me a thumbs up. Let me know what you think about this issue. Let me know about it in the comment section, and please share it with others, because they need to know about stress from a spiritual perspective. Okay? Thank you.